Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another card making tutorial on dolallycrafts. The card we're making today is this one. I apologise for any noise you can hear in the background. My daughter's decided to make a chocolate mousse and so she's got the music turned up so that she can hear it while she's beating the cream. Okay, as I said, this is the card we're making today. It's using Gorgeous Grape and Bermuda Bay, and I've even stamped the inside of the card. And because I've got the faceted gem on the front with 3 clear rhinestones, I've actually used, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but I've actually used Wink of Stella in the centre of the flower inside, just to mimic the sparkle on the outside, but I don't want the dimension on the inside. Now, the card is my take on this one here on page 76 of the new catalogue. I was going through looking for winter type stamps to use in my bullet journal for this week, and I couldn't find any for love or money. There's plenty of tree stamps, but there's no winter stamps. I'd say that they're saving those for the release in our winter catalogue. So I used some old stamps in my bullet journal. You'll see that one came out on Sunday. It's the first release that came out on, no, the second release that came out on Sunday, the July planning. Anyway, back to this card. This is what I saw, and this actually really jumped out at me. I thought, what a gorgeous but simple card. I've actually got the Kindness and Compassion stamp set that it's advertising, but I don't have the Meant to Be. So instead of doing this pretty little heart with a few little colour, you know, just a little hint of pink on it, I decided to be big and brash and bold and make it in my favourite colour scheme, and it's also my July colour scheme, or not quite but close to. I really like Bermuda Bay. It's a nice light teal colour to me, or jade, so I really like that, but I love these two colours together. So I thought I'd put this card together. However, I wasn't very happy with the way this turned out. I did want to keep it just to the two colours and the neutral, but I figured that this was a little bit too dark. Maybe that one's a bit too light, but this is definitely too dark. So what I'm going to do is go with a lighter shade of the Gorgeous. I'm not going to go with the Gorgeous Grape. I'm actually going to go with Highland Heather, and I forgot to get it out before I started filming, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, Highland Heather is just another shade lighter than the Gorgeous Grape. Actually, when I look, would you believe I've been using Highland Heather thinking I was using Gorgeous Grape cardstock? So that's why that looks a bit too dark. So we're going to go with the Highland Heather and Bermuda Bay. Now the stamp sets we're using are Floral Essence and Kindness and Compassion to make this card. Okay, so put the stamp sets aside for a moment and the ink aside for a moment, and I'm changing the colours round a little bit. I've got the Bermuda Bay base, and I got ahead of myself and actually mounted the white onto the Highland Heather by mistake. So we're all set to go as far as that's concerned. Okay, so in with the inks again. I'm sure that music down in the lounge room in the kitchen is getting louder. I'll just have to clean my stamps off because I've got Highland Heather on a couple of them. So I'll just get the Bermuda Bay off there. Yes, that music is definitely louder, even though she's turned off the beater. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the floral still in the purple. So I've brought in the Highland Heather, get a nice inking on it. I might turn it that way and stamp it down. There we go. Yes, much better. And I'm going to bring in the leaf and give the leaf a stamp there. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in the sentiment, which is with heartfelt gratitude, and I'm going to stamp that across the bottom here, going across the flower. Yes, that stands out just that little bit more. Okay, I'm going to bring in my faceted gems, and I'm going to pop one in the centre of the flower like that, and then bring in my rhinestones and just pop those across the bottom here. Like so. Now bring in the card base, and remember this ridge, when you score on that side, and then the ridge is where you fold it, so you'll end up with a bigger ridge inside. Just match up those areas, bring in your bone folder and give it a good crease. Now I'm just going to open it up and bring in my Whisper White that I'm going to put as a panel on the inside. Before I do that, I should stamp it. I'm just going to neaten the edges here because my Stampin' trimmer has given me some rough edges. So just give those a press down, and the same from this side to neaten those edges up. My blades are really good at the moment, but they are leaving sharpness. Okay, back in with the Highland Heather, and I'm just going to give it a stamp off, and then bring in a scrap again. Sorry about this. So stamp off, and then just stamp in the corner there. That looks really pretty. And then do the same thing with the leaf. Stamp off, and then just stamp on. There we go. So that's the inside, and we will just put the thank you. Yeah, I'm still going to do the thank you in the Bermuda Bay. There we go. So that's the inside. I don't want to smear it, but the ink is still wet there. In with the snail. If you can hear noise in the near background, Maisie's sitting just outside my room. She didn't want to be out of my sight, or didn't want me to be out of her sight today. Okay, so that's the inside of the card done. Now it's very simply a case of putting snail on the four edges, and it's silly me, I put the rhinestones and the gems on, forgetting I was going to have to... Oh, that was what we forgot. Okay, what size is that one? Yes, that's the same size. Flip that over for a minute. I forgot, we've got to stamp the outside here. So in with the pencil and just put a ruled line, then move your cardstock over it up a little bit, and then rule another line there, and that's so that you know exactly where you have to stamp. Now I'll close my Highland Heather because knowing me, I'll stamp the wrong colour. In with the Bermuda Bay again, and we're going to do some tone-on-tone stamping. And I'm just rotating the stamp slightly as I'm doing this so that we get different different stampings each time. Okay, I'll put the lid on that because that's very inky and I'm getting it everywhere. Okay, so we've got that piece stamped now. Now we can bring in our main piece, and then just where those pencil marks are, you should be able to put this just over the top of the pencil marks so that they're not actually visible. Give that a smooth down, and if you can hear more noises, my husband's just arrived home from dialysis and he's outside my craft room window. Oh, for a peaceful stamp session. It's what happens when you've got people coming and going and you've been filming all afternoon. Okay, so there's the sample that I made earlier. That's the new sample, or the new version, and there is the template that I used, or the cased card. I hope you like my version. I did miss the twine. I didn't have any in either the Bermuda Bay or in the in the Highland Heather. So that was why I used the faceted gems and the rhinestones. But I hope you liked today's card and you will give it a go. And I am thinking of doing this more frequently, using some of the older catalogues and some of the new catalogue, and just casing and showing what can be done with the inspiration piece and how you can make it your own. Well, I hope you've liked today's card and you'll give it a go yourself. Please leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider pressing subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.